And the first story I ever did for Current TV, when I was still trying to convince them to hire me, was a story about the death train. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's the train
in Indonesia, you mean?
No, it was in Mexico. So it's the train that carries undocumented immigrants from southern Mexico to northern Mexico to the border with the United States. So it used to be, yeah, exactly. So it's a cargo plane, and
it's not Amtrak, is it?
It's just a cargo train that carries everything from.
Oh, okay. So it brings all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is this the train that every couple of years it's on the political kickball?
Yes.
They kick this around they're coming back or whatever.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't operate this way anymore. Thank God, because it actually is responsible for lots of deaths and amputations. But we were there at the peak of when this was operating, and it was like that. You see the hundreds of people on the
just packed on top.
They were packed on top with no safety measures. Obviously, they're on top of a cargo. Sometimes they were holding on to the sides of it, and they would go for days and days on end just to get to this northern border where they could cross into the United States in the sun. And one of the kids we met when we first got to this town, Tapachula, which is right on the border with Mexico and Guatemala, was a kid who was in a clinic, and he had lost an arm. He'd been amputated, lost an arm to the train. He tried the train. He fell off the train. It went right over his arm. He lost his arm. 3 days later, we have convinced the guy that sort of runs the train, this part of the train, the railroad. We convinced him to let us go, me and my then boyfriend, who became my husband, Darren, to get on top of the train and do a certain amount of time. I think we did almost a day or half a day or something on the train, so we could see just how difficult and dangerous it is, and we could film with the characters we were following, because we were following a group of women from Guatemala that left their homeland to try and reach the U.S. and provide a better life for their families. And we're on top of the train, and we're heading towards the train to get on top of the train, and who do we see but Guillermo, the kid, Guatemalan kid who had lost his arm, who's going to try that journey again. And there he was. And we then introduced him to Maria, who was the woman we were filming. And they traveled the whole way together. And eventually Guillermo actually didn't make it across one more time. He was detained on the border. And 2 years later, and we kept in touch, and 2 years later, he was still texting me and saying that he was still trying to make it across. And so, yeah, I stay in touch with a lot of the people that I report on.
Gosh.
Yeah.
What inside